while we were getting ready to close down for the night, one of my buddies called me, who was catching the BART that night, and he said somebody had gotten shot at the Fruitvale BART station, and they were closing down the station for a little bit. And he kind of said it in passing. And unfortunately, where I'm from, people get shot all the time, So he kind of mentioned it, and that was it. And then I went home later that day, and news reports came out, and that the guy that had been shot, his name was Oscar Grant. He had been shot by a police officer, and that he had died later on that morning. And then on the days following, the footage got released. It got released over the internet, through YouTube, and it also got released on the news. And I remember watching it for the first time, and that was the first time that I ever seen Oscar. And what I saw was this guy who was my age. I was 22 at the time. He was 22 at the time. He was wearing clothes that I would wear, and his friends looked like my friends. The Fruitvale BART station was a place that I had been before, many times. Had been in similar situations as they were in, being detained like that. And I saw him get shot for no reason. And I was sickened by it, and my body went through a range of emotions. And I remember that, the whole community kind of felt that way. And it kind of came at an interesting time, because it was right after Obama had gotten elected, and the Bay Area is an incredibly liberal place, and we were really excited. And everybody was kind of doing like this, only to get kind of punched in the gut. And at that moment, I being a filmmaker, being an artist, whenever I'm emotionally affected by something, like the first place my mind goes is through film as an outlet. And after I saw how the community reacted to it, and how people kind of pointed fingers and picked sides, I was really interested in maybe doing something through my art that could get to the heart of who this person was, as a full human being. People kind of started to make Oscar out to whoever they wanted him to be. People on one side wanted to make him to be this horrible villain, this awful person who sold drugs and was incarcerated, and he was kind of like the example of everything that was wrong in society. And on the other side, they wanted to make him out to be perfect, somebody who had never done anything wrong in their life, and who was this martyr who had gotten snatched off the train unnecessarily. But they wanted to say that he was snatched off the train, for no reason, and just executed, because he was this perfect person. And I knew that he was a true human being. He wasn't either one of those things. He was just in the gray areas. So I thought about maybe making a film that told the story of who Oscar was through the perspective of the people that knew him the most. Every human being has people that they mean the world to, before they get killed, before something extraordinary happens to them. So I wanted to tell that story, and that's where the inspiration came from.